there is divine support. Let me give you some examples. Like the Hindu Jagrati Samiti, it often gets labeled incorrectly in the mainstream media because of the content on its website and things like that. You should visit that website. But it has been extremely successful in stopping the takeover of temples. For example, in the state of Maharashtra in India, about 450,000 temples have been stopped from being taken over by the government by staying the order by Hindu Jagrati Samiti's efforts. You can read about it in more detail. They've also been successful in cancelling an impending bill that was going to be passed as an act of law in the state of Maharashtra. It was called the Blind Faith Eradication or Andhashraddha Nirmulan. But under that guise, it's really a particular organization that is trying to stop Hindus from performing basic rituals like Satyanarayan Puja. So that act has been cancelled by the efforts of the Hindu Jagrati Samiti. Another example is of Spiritual Science Research Foundation. That's why we brought these organizations here today, because they have been able to overcome ailments, lifelong problems, health problems of so many people suffering unnecessarily. But the root cause was spiritual in nature. And with their spiritual research and their spiritual healing techniques and remedies, many have been cured. So why is there so much success? The success comes because these organizations have the blessings of saints. So any one of you who is doing something for understanding, living or preserving Hinduism, I urge you to take and impart Hinduism education, especially because Hinduism is vast. Where will you begin your education? Where will you end it? But I would say especially the unique spiritual science aspect of Hinduism. The second thing is, complement your gross efforts with subtle measures to overcome the obstruction to promoting dharma, such as the obstruction from Asuri forces. That is what causes, for example, a media person not to come and cover a Hindu event. For example, if there's a protest, then he doesn't come because he gets a thought from Asuri forces not to come. Or his car doesn't work that day. Someone does want to come and they are not able to come because of all these things. So, and make sure that your efforts are backed by your spiritual practice. So whatever efforts you make sure you pray, chant, and pay gratitude with those efforts. Do them without ego, with spiritual emotion, that the Lord Himself is getting them done from you. Then the problems of one-upmanship, feeling hurt, that I was not given credit or they stole my credit, all these things will not happen. You will be able to experience the karmanye vadhikaraste teaching in your life. And you will experience then the blessings of saints who are the manifest form of the Lord, and the blessings of the Lord Himself active in your life. So, when you make efforts like these, you will find that you don't need 1,000 people to get together to make something happen. That is actually the central message of the Bhagavad Gita, isn't it? It was not the millions of Kauravas who won the war. It was the 5 Pandavas who had the one Yogeshwar Krishna. But why was Krishna with them? Not because he was partial, Because the Pandavas lived in dharma. They practiced dharma at each step. And when you have the Lord's blessings like that, in the face of any odds, we shall be successful. For example, whole exhibitions of M.F. Hussain have been shut down by the efforts of a lone seeker who has gone there to the organizers, explained to them, but with a prayer, with chanting, with pleading to God that they should stop, to show him the way. And many a times they will listen and they will stop the exhibition. So many art galleries have removed his pictures. So it is very much possible. At the same time, as per the saying, Sanghe Shakti Kalau Yuge. In the Kali Yuga, that is the current era, strength lies in unity. Hence, when we come together like this, as you all have, let us continue setting aside our whatever groups and whatever we are doing, where we can work together for the sake of Dharma. I really appreciate that you all have come together like this, and I hope that we continue like this for the sake of our Dharma and not our individual organizations. That is why we say that the Hindu Dharma Sabha is the Dharma Sabha of every Hindu. It is not the Dharma Sabha of Forum for Hindu Awakening or Sunnyvale Temple. And the reason we hold these Dharma Sabhas in the temples and not other places which also are available is because, like Swami Dayananda Saraswati has said, that every temple must become a center not only of Hinduism worship but of Hinduism education too. Each temple will have to do that, because you all may have read the report in Newsweek that about 65% Americans are now leaning in some way, shape or form towards Hinduism. Where do you think they go when they want to become Hindu? They go to their local temples. So let us make sure that we mobilize our temples to welcome these Americans into Hinduism and provide education for them to continue growing in Hinduism. And the example of united work, Mihirji mentioned Paul Courtwright's book. He's a professor in Emory University, that where Lord Ganesh is shown as a sex symbol. That book was retracted by the university after some parents got together and protested it. It was a group of parents and people in Atlanta. And they kept working with the university for several months, and after that there was success. So was the case with the Fairfax County Public Schools history textbook that was denigrating Hinduism or inaccurately depicting Hinduism. So success is there. We just have to work together and have to consider the subtle dimension and make sure that we base it on our individual spiritual practice so that we get the blessings of saints. All the work of Forum for Hindu Awakening happens only by the grace of God. It does not happen because of money. Money comes. It will follow you like a shadow when the Lord's blessings are there. The saints are pleased with us. They keep blessing us. As you may have seen, there was a list of saints who have blessed even today's Dharma Sabha. And that is how it is possible. As the great saint Samartha Ramdas Swami has said, the strength is in the campaign, but to be successful, it has to have divine support and blessings. I conclude with a prayer. And to Sri Gurudev, His Holiness Dr. Athavale, that may this speech have infused everyone with the desire and strength to understand, live, and preserve Hinduism through daily spiritual practice and efforts to promote Dharma. Namaskar.
Thank you, Srimati Bhavna ji, for enlightening us on understanding, living, and preserving Hinduism in our daily life. We will now watch an educational video, How to Take Darshan in a Temple. This video clipping is from the Dharma Education Program telecast on Sri Shankara channel. This program was telecast in states in Bharat, that is India, like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, and in countries like Sri Lanka, Australia, Singapore and Dubai. These programs have received a tremendously positive response the world over. In this video clip, we will see how to enter the temple, what are the various actions that we should perform while taking darshan of the deity to benefit from the divine consciousness or Chaitanya present in the temple.